In vitro mutagenesis, electrophoresis, DNA-RNA decombination, cloning, splicing, reimplantation, genetic enzymesis, cross-fertilization. We've a bold new science built on this foundation. Decades and decades of intense vivisection provided an answer to tissue rejection, rendering Darwinism, antiquarian natural selection obsolete. We'll have full orchestration of the animal kingdom. Mother Nature lies at our feet.
I delivered the speech on many occasions. Scientific breakthroughs need little persuasion. My inspirational speech left a lump in my esophagus. My head said sublime. My heart put a stop to this. I felt the pangs of Oppenheimer's regret upon opening Pandora's chest. We grossly misuse our discoveries. The audience suckled the panacea with zest, became lost in their private reveries.
Mink the size of elephants.
1,200 cows.
Perhaps a centaur.
A minotaur.
Let's bring back the dinosaur.
Freak show profit.
Living art.
Fantasies in flesh.
A television show called Beast of the Week. Sell them as exotic pets. No, sell them as gourmet meat.
I warned them of the pitfalls, of omnipotent windfalls.
Although we can bend the laws of nature, we must not assume a godlike stature.
Audience posture was stiff, their eyes sanpaku, each engaged in a fantasy prospectus. The foremost question in the back of their minds:
How will it affect us as Homo erectus?
An end to death. An end to ugly. An end to ignoramuses.
A brand new face.
A master race.
Mutton chops, like Elvis's.
Brains like Einstein.
Marilyn's body.
Pectorals like Atlas's.
Perfect breasts upon my chest.
The Rolls Royce of penises.
A glimpse of the future before I conclude. My nephew's slideshow, albeit crude.
They were shocked and amused by the crudely constructed Frankensteinian creatures. Was it not obvious to them, as it was to me, that the unnatural bonding of disparate features usually results in malignancy? I was guilty of this unspeakable crime, a possible end to natural environment. So tonight was to be the night of all nights, the eve of my semi-retirement. I would return from whence I came to where everyone's been before, taking my secret with me, my intention. For 3 months ago, I had managed to create a creature strange, sublime, my mother of invention. Some will assail my methods as radical. Nonetheless, I was going on sabbatical. Tonight was the night, but I wasn't assured that my motives were scientifically based, or merely the twisted male fantasy of re-entering the womb post-haste. Breaching the ring of fire in reverse was chaotic. Confusion and pain during the journey was rife. But our strange situation became symbiotic, for I was a new gift of life. I would simply sit in this womb and wait, copious time to ruminate. My memories flowed backward in time. Insignificant places, gestures, glances. Were these memories even mine? The chamber walls about me seemed to widen. I began to drift and float about. I realized the nature of my shrinking condition. I'd soon be too weak to get out. A trio of men, my colleagues I presume, quite uninvited, burst into my room.
Monstrous.
Beauteous. Absolute genius. My lord, he's inside.
Of that there's no doubt.
We've only one option. We must get him out.
My life is not a vaudevillian affair. I evaded the hook, made my position quite clear. I would remain the duration in here. They closely monitored the progress of my apparent dissolution in hopes of finding answers to the origins of life by watching my de-evolution.
My lord, he's shrinking exponentially.
We need bigger machines.
Or we'll lose him potentially.
Slipping into the sweet warmth of a comatose near existence, I sniggered at their passion, their courage, their futile persistence. What the hell were they to discover? That ignorance is bliss? Or a new technique of altering life before it even exists? My digits became lumpy. My hair started to shed. The burden of thought was lifted. I basked in my ever-increasing ignorance. Was it toward nirvana I drifted?
He's going embryonic.
He's gone subatomic.
We've lost him. That's it. We'll do an autopsy in the morning. We'll start with her head.
That is a bit premature. She is not yet dead.
She will be tomorrow. We begin at 8. Now my wife's making pork chops. I just can't be late.